Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're all okay. I just want to say, I'm gonna say this in the right way without offending people. I just want to say, I kind of feel sorry for people who how can I say this? Are obsessed with celebrity culture kind of thing. Because really, these days, people will say and do anything for fame. Do you know what I mean? They'll say and do anything for fame, and I mean anything. It's all out there. You only have to look around. The stories you hear, do you know what I mean, of celebrities, what they get up to and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Probably gonna catch some hate for this, but I'm gonna speak my truth anyway. So yeah, like you've got people wearing upside down crosses, doing satanic symbolism. These are celebrities, you know what I mean? You've got them getting up to all sorts, getting drunk, taking drugs. Cheating on the partners, engaging in lesbian and gay shenanigans. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I can understand the way people, when you don't know the things of God, this is how people are. This is how people go on. Especially these days. But God said it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, not Eve and Eleanor. Do you know what I mean? This is God's word. Do you know what I mean? I'm not dissing people. I've got love for gay people. I've got love for everybody, but that doesn't mean I'm going to agree with what they do or accept what they do. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not what God says you should do. So I don't believe in God. So as much as that might offend some people, I'm sorry if it does offend you. Do you know what I mean? But I believe the Bible's the truth, and I'm not going to deviate from that to please whoever. Do you know what I mean? So, whether it offends people or not, I'm sorry if it does, but I believe the Bible's the truth. So that's all I can say on that one. But yeah, and they lot starve themselves to maintain an image or to get the best image possible. I mean, can't be good for the health um, and the mentality and the can't be good for the health or the mental health. Do you know what I mean? Starving yourself all the time and um, going without food, etc. Do you know what I mean? I mean, just can't be good for you. I'm being real. I'm a big lad. Do you know what I mean? I'm probably too big to be honest, but my environment and what I've been around has made me that way. Believe it or not, do you know what I mean? It hasn't been like all sunshine and rainbows. Do you know what I mean? If you're lucky enough to have sunshine and rainbows, fair play to you. But I weren't given that luxury. So I I had to be strong. Do you know what I mean? Or strong enough. Do you know what I mean? You can never be strong enough. Really, there's always someone bigger and stronger. That's just the reality of life. Do you know what I mean? we're all built different. We've all got different builds and stuff. But yeah, I had to be reasonably strong because of the people around me and because of my environment, sort of thing. That's all I can say. I couldn't be, you know, your typical slim skateboarder dude. You know what I mean? Not where I lived. Not where I lived, and not with the people who I was around. You know what I mean? That just weren't an option for me. Sort of thing. Just weren't an option. Sort of thing. I'm not dissing anyone like that. You know what I mean? I think everything happens for a reason. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just saying I never had that kind of luxury. I did used to be slim when I was younger, um, but even then I was pretty strong. Do you know what I mean? It's not all about strength and being tough. It's like it's wisdom as well. Do you know what I mean? Wisdom's more important than anything. But the world the way it is, it being strong gives you more confidence. That's all I can say. To face things, and especially when you're around people who the sort of people I've been around, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's been kind of necessary for me. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. That's why I'm as big as I am. It's not because I wanted to be. It's because of my environment and where I've lived and been around, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Once upon a time, I was the slim, very good-looking guy. Do you know what I mean? But life can be unforgiving sometimes, and it's not always easy. Do you know what I mean? Through whatever reasons, like some of the stuff I've talked about, like I haven't talked about everything, obviously, but growing up in the inner city, etc., basically living in a very rough area, um, or a pretty rough area, put it like that, could be considered a ghetto. Could be. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and other areas I've lived in have been rough as well. So where we grew up was rough when I first back in the 90s where I grew up. It was very rough. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've never lived in a nice area. Never. Do you know what I mean? Despite I'm not saying I'm not going to say anymore. I don't want to give too much away about myself, but yeah, yeah, that's all I can say. But yeah, I'm not looking up to flawed celebrities anymore. Who go out partying and drinking, taking drugs, and indulging in all sorts of sinful behaviour. I'm not looking up to it no more. Fair play to any of them that don't do that. I'm sure there's a few that are celebrities that don't do that. I've no doubt that that's the case. But I think the few and far between, if I'm honest, from what I've seen online and stuff. So, so yeah. But we're all on our own individual learning curve. Do you know what I mean? We're all progressing in our own time, sort of thing. We're all realizing things in our own time. So I'm not completely judging them. I'm just saying the things that we worship and look up to are probably not always the best. Do you know what I mean? They're probably not always that praiseworthy, really. Even though they seem like they are on the surface. I think sometimes all that glitters isn't really golden. Do you know what I mean? It's not always as beautiful as it looks, kind of thing. That's all I can say. under the surface. So yeah, might catch some hype for this. Do you know what I mean? I've had people say to me before, I'm quite a good looking lad and I could probably be a celebrity if I wanted, but really looking at the celebrity culture these days and what I've seen, I probably could if I was to starve myself or work out loads, starve myself and get really slim. I probably could be a celebrity. Do you know what I mean? Not bigging myself up. I'm just being honest. But would I want to be? I don't think I would, to be honest. Not unless God said that's what I want for you and that's your purpose, kind of thing. But I don't think He would say that. I don't think that is my purpose. But who knows? But personally, I don't think that is my purpose. Um, but yeah, like I say, we're all on our own individual journeys though, and even celebrities are, do you know what I mean? So some people don't, some celebrities don't live the party lifestyle. Like Keanu Reeves, he's not really into that apparently, I've heard. But he lives a more modest lifestyle. I know Denzel Washington probably the same. Mel Gibson. There's probably a few that don't. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But all I know is some of the stuff I've seen online, parties, etc., etc., and other things I won't mention. Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't. Like I say, all the glitters isn't always golden, and celebrities aren't always as perfect as they come across. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. It's not the beauty isn't always might be beautiful on the outside, but how many of them are really beautiful on the inside? Do you know what I mean? How many of them are living godly lifestyles? And do you know what I'm saying? Who claim to be godly, claim to be Christian, etc. How many of them are actually doing that? Really, truly? Do you know what I mean? Probably hardly any. Do you know what I mean? I'm just being real and honest. This is probably going to catch some hate, this video, but I'm going to speak the truth. Do you know what I mean? The truth hurts sometimes, so I'm going to pee off some fans out there, I've no doubt. I might even, yeah, I may even pee off some of my fans on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Or I ain't got no fans. I'm not a celebrity, but you know what I mean. People who like me or who like my words that I put out and stuff. Yeah, I might pee some of them off. But it's not always. Sometimes you got to speak the truth, even if you alienate yourself or upset people. Do you know what I mean? Because the truth's the truth at the end of the day, and the right people will always come to you, and the right people will always support you. So the people are everything happens for a reason, and this is my truth, so I'm gonna speak it. So sorry if I upset any of you guys, but I believe in what I'm saying. I believe what I'm saying is pretty accurate. So yeah, I mean these celebrities are honest about it. Do you know what I mean? You ask them, they talk about these things. Do you know what I mean? They talk about the flaws and stuff. Um, so I'm not saying anything that isn't true. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not dissing them. Some of them are quite likable. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Um, but they're just not living godly. They're not sold out for Christ. They're not doing the right things. call me boring, call me a party pooper, call me a, a Jesus freak, call me a crank, call me whatever you want to call me. Do you know what I mean? But one day Jesus is going to come back. Then everyone's going to be exposed and for who they are. I'm not saying celebrities, I mean everyone in general. Do you know what I mean? The truth's going to come out about everyone. Do you know what I mean? God knows the heart. God knows the intentions. God knows it all. So yeah, you can't hide nothing from God. Me, myself, I can't hide nothing from God. Do you know what I mean? God knows everything about me, all my weaknesses, strengths, desires, faults, weaknesses. He knows it all. He knows it about all of us, believe it or not. Just because you don't believe in it, just because you don't understand the Bible and the things of God, or you're not open to it because you like living your life how you want to live it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make it any less true. At the end of the day, the truth's the truth. All of it come from somewhere. Do you know what I mean? This whole world come from somewhere, and it weren't no big bang. Do you really think an explosion could create a tree with a blossom tree with all its intricacy, the bark, the flowers, the intricate design of the flowers, a lily even, or a marigold with all the different colours? Do you really think an explosion could create something so beautiful? The way the tide comes in and out perfectly, unless there's a tsunami. But that's from us damaging the environment anyway. Do you know what I mean? But God's in control of all of that. Don't think we're in control of it. God controls everything. Do you know what I mean? God defies what people think's gonna happen. This is the truth. God can defy global warming if he wants to. God can make rain. God can make sun. He can do anything. We don't realise this, but he can. He's shown me. Put it like that. He's shown me at times that he can do that. He exists out of time and space. He controls everything. I've seen impossible things that can't be explained by science, that can't be explained even by aliens or anything like that, believe it or not. Believe me, there is a God. I know this. I know it with every fibre of my being. And yeah, just because you haven't experienced it, these things that I'm talking about, doesn't make them any less true. Do you know what I mean? Call me a nutcase, call me weird, call me whatever you want to call me. We'll see if I am in the end. Do you know what I mean? We'll see if I'm crazy. We'll see if I made it all up. Proof's in the pudding, and the truth always prevails. Do you know what I mean? God has his ways and his means. That's all I can say. Of correcting people and opening people's eyes and yeah, even punishing the wicked. Do you know what I mean? And those who wish people in intent and haven't got good intentions. Do you know what I mean? God has his way of doing things. Do you know what I mean? Whether we believe in them or not, or understand them or not. I'm sure we can all look back on instances in our lives where we've done the wrong thing and we paid the price. Most people have gone through that little lesson. Do you know what I mean? Most people have. Um, Most people have learned that lesson in life. I know I have. That's for sure. Um, by the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Do you know what I mean? That's in giving. That's that scripture, but I think it also applies in terms of what you do to people as well, or how you treat people. I think it applies as well there as well. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. You can't mock God. You can't hide nothing from God. So treat people well. Um, Spread love and positivity. Don't judge unless behaviour merits it. Do you know what I mean? But don't judge anyway. Leave that to God. But it's okay to. We all judge to a certain extent. Do you know what I mean? And it's always good to correct people on the behaviour if it's wrong, if it's not godly. So I think sometimes people will hate you for that. But the wise man loves correction. The foolish man hates you for it. Do you know what I mean? That's the truth. That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible itself. But yeah, I'm not lying about anything I've said. Do you know what I mean? So take it as you want to take it and believe what you want to believe and think what you want to think. But everything I've said's true. I've not lied. So yeah, from my perspective anyway, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I can say, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Take care. Appreciate you all. Love you all, even if you hate me for dissing celebrities and stuff. Well, some celebrities anyway. Probably hate me now for that, but what can I say? Do you know what I mean? The truth's the truth, whether people like it or not. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Much love. God bless, and I'll be back soon. Take it, guys.